My name is Zac Dingee and I run a $100 million a year solar sales company. And today we are going to talk about what would I do if I lost it all and had to get to $100 million a year in sales within 5 years. The journey and the build-up and all the skill sets you learn are really the valuable parts of becoming successful. Because if you dropped the majority of successful people off in a random place, in a random part of America, they'd be able to get that wealth back, or at least a very large portion of it, within the first few years. Because the skill sets you learn are what actually make you valuable. So, if I had to start all over again, let's say at 21 years old, with just the skill sets and the lessons and the experience I have now, but no money, no network, no relationships, no friends, what would I do to get back to here within 5 years? Well, let's go through each one by one. Number one is avoid get-rich-quick schemes. Everybody on the internet right now is talking about AI or crypto or NFT or any trend or get-rich-quick scheme, MLM companies, all of these. Every single thing you see that tells you that you're going to be a millionaire or you're going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in the first 6 to 12 months, you should run as fast as you can the other way, because it's just a total lie. It's never going to happen. 1 in a billion chance that you buy the right crypto or NFT or right thing and you become super successful because of some get-rich-quick scheme. It's virtually impossible. So do not go for that. I know there's a lot of hype around these products, but the majority of people in these spaces, only 1%, only the top of the MLM or one person, the person who's teaching you about AI or crypto is only making money because of their teaching about AI or crypto. And that's not how business works. So avoid these like the plague. Do not go anywhere near this if you're 21 years old and you're trying to figure these things out. Go do a real skill set, a real business, and go that route. Number two, ignorance tax. I love this saying. Comment below if you know what the ignorance tax is before I explain it. This is the ignorance tax in the simplest way to visualize it. If you're trying to make $1 million a year and you're only making $100,000 a year, you're paying $900,000 in ignorance. Ignorance is just simply you don't know. You don't know how to make $1 million and you're only making $100,000. So there's a $900,000 difference, and that is the actual monetary version of your ignorance. And I know that doesn't sound great, but that's the best way to explain it. You have $900,000 a year in ignorance because you're not at $1 million. So I'm explaining this because the points that I'm going to start making after this are, you have to pay down this ignorance tax as fast as possible to get back to where you were. And if you were successful and had experience beforehand, you're going to pay down this ignorance tax really, really fast because you have the experience, you have all those things, you just don't have the money yet. So these are just two foundational points I wanted to get across. Let's get into the actual meat and potatoes of this, which is how I would do it. Mastering sales. I don't know what other way to say this, and I don't know if you're really going to listen or not, but there is only really 2 or 3 important skills that you can learn that transcend across all time throughout the history of the world in any era or species or leader or government, it doesn't matter. Sales is always going to be a phenomenal skill set to have. If you can sell something, you will never go broke. There is always going to be something to sell, and nothing in this economy happens until a sale is made. That is every base of a transaction is a sale. And so Getting into sales and learning sales is the number one thing I would do if I had to start all over again. I would learn how to sell really, 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 really fast. So for me, I picked door to door. I was just talking to actually my attorney yesterday. We were in a meeting and we ended up getting on the topic, and he figured out that I did solar. And he lives pretty local. And I'm like, yeah, have you ever had someone knock on your door? He's like, yeah, I have people knock on my door all the time, but I would never buy from them. He's like, that job must suck. And I'm like, it's funny you say that. I run a door-to-door sales team. I've been doing door-to-door for 7 years. And you know what this guy said back to me? This is a well-respected attorney. He said, wow, you probably have the key to life. I feel like you've hacked life if you can do door-to-door for 7 years. And I laughed and I said back, I don't know if I have the key to life, but it definitely helps to know how to talk to people and communicate and discuss. But when I heard that, it's like so many people can't comprehend having to knock on strangers' doors and trying to sell them a product because it's so difficult. And if you can master door-to-door sales, you will be set for life because you have done the hardest thing in the world. You've mastered rejection, you've mastered sales, you've mastered persuasion, being uncomfortable, working hard, motivation. Like, it is an all-encompassing thing that will make you 10 times better at life. So the first thing you need to learn if you're starting from zero is sales, sales, sales. The second thing is leadership. This is another skill set that transcends across time. No matter what era, no matter what age you're born in, no matter how much AI or how much things come out in this world, how much innovation and change there are, you are always going to need leaders. Leadership is such a difficult skill because the majority of stuff about leadership is not right, and it's more about management than leadership. Leadership is much more about, do people want to follow you? This isn't the 1960s when you can beat people into working or fire somebody and they have no laws or things around it. You can't do that in today's world. People have so many options to where they want to work and what they want to do. They can go online and make videos like this and make millions of dollars a year, so they don't need any employer. So they have to want to work for you or at least with you. And to be someone who has that form of empathy and the vision and the qualities and things that someone is looking for is not an easy thing to be in today's world. Being a leader, basically, in layman's terms, means you have to be a good role model. And that could be the role model in just the business you're in. Like, if you're a sales leader, you're a good role model for sales, right? That makes you someone that wants to be followed. But then there's a list of everything below that of, are you empathetic to people? Do you know how to train people? Do you know how to recruit people? Do you know how to maintain and run meetings? And all of that down the list. If you just know these two things, if you know how to sell really well and everything that encompasses with learning how to sell, and you know how to lead and everything that comes with learning how to lead, it's very, very hard to not be successful. The rest of it is how you kind of scale up and really 10x the business. But those are the two foundational core skills. So that was the next one, which I kind of skipped through or already went through. But that's number 3. So you avoid these two things first. First thing you do is learn sales. This is the core skill. And the second thing you do is building teams and learn how to lead. You are one relationship away from changing your life. I will say that hundreds and hundreds of times throughout my videos and throughout my life because I cannot express enough. You are one relationship away of changing your life at all times. And you never know who you're going to meet, and building teams and meeting people will solve all of your problems. Every business across every part of the world is in a people business. You are looking for people, and you do not have a business problem or a money problem. You have a people problem. If you had better people in the company or you had more people that wanted your product, you would be just fine. Next point. Reach, content. Something that if I could go all the way back to day one, something that will be around, has been around for like 15 years now, really, and has really, really been around for like probably 10 years, is content. People have made so much money off of content and getting eyeballs, getting attention, learning how to get eyeballs to watch you. Content. So learn how to sell, you learn how to sell, you learn how to lead, you learn how to make content. You can have the best makeup brand in the world. You can be in Ulta and have all the right marketing tactics and all the right sales tactics and a great CEO and all this stuff. And you know what happens? A chick named Kylie Jenner comes in at 21 years old, and because she's super famous, makes a brand in makeup, and within a year becomes a billionaire. A billionaire with a B at 21 years old, just because she's got a name and can make content and get eyeballs. So if you're trying to get your business to a high level, or you're trying to recruit or sell any product, master the content game. This is something that I'm really just now getting more and more into. I've been making content for a while, but I am very hard focused on how do you get eyeballs and get attention. It is a science formula like anything else, and that is the new era of money. Back then, 80 years ago, it was oil. If you had oil rig and land and real estate, that was like how you made money. These next 60 years, I think, are going to be content, attention, and eyeballs. That is going to make all of the next billionaires. So if you want to get very, very rich, and I had to start from zero, those are the three things that I would really, really focus on. The last one is speed, so execution. So let me just go through this whole kind of breakdown real quick one more time. This first one is just what to avoid. Avoid get-rich-quick schemes. Don't focus on that if you're starting over, if you're really young trying to figure things out. Pick a good business. Pay the ignorance tax. Learn first. You're paying a tax right now, which you just don't understand or don't know something. Pay as much money, learn as fast as you can, and go do whatever you need to learn the skill sets. And that leads into the three parts, which is, if I had to start over, what are the three skill sets I'm building? Sales, leadership, and content. These three are the foundation of pretty much every billion-dollar company. Any billion-dollar company you have, these are the three foundations right here. They have to have good leadership, they have to have good content and or branding. You can kind of use that word there too. And they have to be able to sell. And then the last part is execution and speed of execution. In today's world, because of AI and innovation and speed and everything else, like 20 years ago, our phone, we didn't even have phones that we could bring around that we can go on Safari with. And then 5 years ago, we never heard of AI. And now that is the most popular word used in the world. Think about in 5, 10, 15 years, how fast things are rapidly going to be changing. So if you want to succeed in today's world, speed is much more important than pretty much anything else. How fast are you to the market? How fast are you to the new product? There is just so much speed involved with everything. And so this would be like the main last kind of overarching goal I had if I had to do it all again. It would be speed is the most important part. It's not about getting it right. It's not about getting it perfect. It is about speed. How fast can I make these things work? And how quickly can I innovate and move on to the next thing? So I've done this now. I've done solar for 8 years. When I started roughly 7.5 years ago, I keep saying 8 years, but it's really 7.5. 7.5 years ago, the company was doing like 8 million sales per year, $8 million in sales a year. Last year, we did over 100 million. So it took about 7 years for me to get from 8 million to $100 million a year in sales. And if I had to do it all over again, I could probably cut that in half, 4 years, potentially even less, because I have these foundational skill sets. And so if you're starting out from zero and you're trying to go from here to $100 million in any company, these are the three things I would focus on. I would avoid this first, focus on this, and then make sure that all of what you do is focused on rapid implementation, take massive action, iterate quickly, and outpace the competition. That is like the key hack to this world. ChatGPT, if you guys look at that, the reason ChatGPT is 95% of the AI market is because why? They were the first to market. So because they're first and because they had the speed to get there first, they have almost ultimate domination right now in AI. You're seeing it dwindling a little bit, but still for 2.5 years now, 3 years, They have controlled the AI market. It's like Google. Google has become a term. Google 15, 20 years ago was not a term you would say. You'd say, look it up on the internet. And then Google became the primary source. And so now you say, just Google it. And in the last 2 years, it's changed to ChatGPT it. See what ChatGPT says. Go on ChatGPT. It's not search it on AI. It's go on ChatGPT. Why? Because speed of execution and first to market. So that is the blueprint to get back to $100 million a year. If I had to do it really, really, really fast, this is how I would do it. And if you want to be a part of what we're growing here at Plug PV and our sales team, go to zacdingee.com below and fill out the form and see if you have what it takes to work here and sell solar with us.